How I viewed living in Sweden, you as an immigrant, as a foreigner. To you, how do you see living in this country called Sweden? Sweden is a very beautiful country with population of over 10 million people, have their capital in Stockholm. But living in Sweden have different dimension. You as an African immigrant who lives here in Sweden, maybe you are living in Stockholm, the capital, or you are living in Gothenburg, or living in Malmo, or other cities, which is in Sweden, is a very compressed one. Sweden is a very cold country. During winter, it is very, very cold, and all the year round is all about cold. The dark hour, the dark time is more bigger than the sunlight. The sunlight lasted maybe 3 months of the year, or 4 months maximum of the whole year, the 12 months in a year. Other ones is all about before 3 o'clock in the afternoon is already dark. Everywhere is a kind of, if you didn't take time, you feel depressed. Now, when you talk about education in Sweden, Sweden have one of the best education system that if you as an immigrant, you fit into the system, you will really enjoy Sweden. But you will enjoy education most if you have permanent resident permit in the land. With ordinary resident permit, living in Sweden, you will go school free. Many courses, many school is free education, but you have greater chance when you have permanent resident card or you have Swedish passport. You will join every education you wanted to, wherever you wanted to take part is free for you. This is Sweden for you. When you come in terms of being friendly, Sweden is not all that. The Swedish, they are not friendly at all. Maybe 20% to immigrant. They always like to stay on their own. They want space. Even your colleague in your workplace is not your friend. I cannot say that, for example, when you talk about country like America, you know that they will come out plainly and they make their stand known on concerning you when you talk of race. Here in Sweden, they don't bring it out like Americans or other country that doesn't like you as a foreigner. But their attitude, their behavior, will say it all. That you are not part of them. Yeah, they will laugh with you, but that laugh may not reach their heart. As a foreigner that you are, if you wanted to get a good job in Sweden, you must learn the language. It's very, very important to them that you know the language very well if you want to get a good job. If you're a medical doctor, you are coming to Sweden, you may not fit in very well if you don't know the language very well. You as a nurse also, you have to know the language very well for you to have chance. I think the nurses have more chances more than the doctors in Sweden. It's not that they are not taking foreign doctors. They are taking, but there's leverage of your Swedish you will attend to that will give you that age to be able to admit into the medical field as a medical doctor in their hospitals. In terms of other public work, like in their transport systems, there's a lot of foreigners there. You also need language because the locals, the old ones, you need to communicate with them in their own local language. So, but they are speaking English. But generally, for you to get a good job, that you as a graduate who come into Sweden, that Swedish language is a must if you really wanted to get a good job doing in Sweden. So having said this, you as an immigrant living here, for you to systemize yourself here, the system of their document is taking so long. For you to get, you come from another EU, coming to Sweden. You have permanent resident card of another EU coming to Sweden. In this period now, because law of immigration is changing every time, you have to wait. The waiting period is taking so long. You must first of all get job contract. If you must change your document to their own, you have to get a job contract that they will give you what is called coordination number. That coordination number is what you will use to be paying your tax to the tax agencies. You start to use it to do other things that you will do, but it may not give you full access to medical care until they change that your document to their own. It may come out 6 months, depending on the type of work contract that you have. Some will come out 5 years automatically, but normally they started with 6 months. After 6 months, if you have a strong work contract, they will extend it to 5 years. So at the expiration of that 5 years, they just want to know if you really wanted to stay in their country or you wanted to go back to where you come from. So when you apply for their permanent, you have all it takes for them to grant you permanent resident status here in Sweden. You need to wait from at least 6 months to 1 year for them to take decision on giving you your permanent resident here in Sweden. And a lot of things involved in it: the salary threshold, permanent contract, work contract, house contract. At least you might have lived in that house for about 2 to 3 years consecutively without breaching, and you must have lived in Sweden for a good number of 5 years without breaching. Any travel out of the Sweden, you must have the record of it and make them know. If you stay out of Sweden more than 6 months consecutively or within 10 months period, you are not qualified for them to give you a permanent resident permit in Sweden. They are reported you in Chronofo, those agencies that are taking care of debt. If you owe debt here that have expired, they didn't pay it, they call it Chronofo, or other agencies in Castle, you are not also qualified for the permanent resident permit. If you have been taking money from the social, they are paying social for you, helping you to pay for your house rent. Of course, they will not also give you permanent resident permit in Sweden. But if you are not doing all these things, you are not taking money, and your hands are clean here, you are going about your normal business, everything is going on well with you. Once you get their resident permit card, then you are free to apply for Swedish citizenship. It is very difficult for you as a foreigner for you to have a Swedish friend. Say, this is my friend. Even though you are working at the same company with them, I don't know why it is like that they don't normally make friends with foreigners like that. Maybe I don't know of others, but majority of people that I have talked to, you see that everybody is moving with their people. You see an African moving together with African. Very few are moving. Even in schools, our children that are going in schools, it's not that in school they have friends, but outside the school and outside your workplace, for you to say, even in your neighborhood, that say, this is my friend, this Swedish is my friend. I don't think it's not rampant here in Sweden. Everybody, you mind your business. Besides, I don't think there's time for this thing, because being, as I said before, the grand part of the weather here is always everybody walks. Before you know it, everywhere is dark. You'll be rushing home to be able to, you wake up in the morning, it's dark. There was a time my daughter was telling me, Daddy, why is it that she goes school in the night and come back in the night. So in the morning, they're going to school is dark, coming back from school is dark. So they didn't even know the difference between the light time, the light day time and the dark day, dark hour of the day. So but now that she has grown, she begin to understand the how the system work. So these are the things that you should know if you are preparing to come to Sweden. So if you wanted to really enjoy yourself here in Sweden, you really need to have go and sew a garment of patience to wear. Everything in this country is all about be in the queue. You must follow the due process. Here is not a place where you get everything like this. No, you have step by step. And many people have come to Sweden here. They could not be able to, adapt to the system. They all return back to where they come from. Many people get frustrated, get depressed because of the system of the country. It's a very beautiful country, as I said before. Transport system is well organized. Everything is well organized. But the for you to adapt to the culture, for you to adapt to the system of them here, even the locals, sometimes they get fed up with the weather. They get fed up with everything. They want sunlight, just like as we experience it in Africa and the other people that have this sunlight. They need it. I don't know why it is like this. Most of the time, it makes them to be depressed also. So you begin to see them, they are not happy also. Then imagine you as a foreigner, you during this period I'm talking about, you always need vitamin to able to boost your immune system. So many people get frustrated, even in workplace. You come to your workplace, sometimes you get angry with everything because I don't know why is it like this. But if you have the patience and be able to fit in, it's a place where you can live as a family. It's a family-oriented country. You will fit in very well, and once you get all you take, I think you will smile home at the end of the day. But you need patience. So for those of you who are preparing to come to Sweden, Norway, these are the things that you need to know beforehand before coming. There's nothing like the kind of life they're living in UK, Italy, and Spain. All these foreigners, gathering, social gatherings on this. But sometimes, if you are living in Gothenburg here or Stockholm, you can able to enjoy yourself some weekends. You go out there, but remember that during winters like this, if you are not adapt to the system of this winter thing that I'm telling you, this country is a very cold country. They are very cold, this place. So you must prepare yourself very well. Prepare your mind. Prepare yourself very, very well. Do not expect the kind of life you are living where you come from that you will meet it here. This is a country where you are on your own. Everybody here, their name is Oyo. You are on your own. So you do your own thing, I do my own thing. You stay your own lane, I stay my own lane. You go to work, we greet ourselves, hi. You go, if you're expecting that you stay to be talking, how are you, how are you doing, how was your this and that, it's not working here in Sweden. So this is my own part of the story. This is how I view Sweden. You might view it in another way. To some people, it favors some people. To some people, it didn't favor some people. To me, I think it favors me and my family. So that is what I am telling you people who are coming new, for you to know beforehand, before coming. So if you have any other thing to add, the one I could not be able to remember, or you have your own experience, please to share so that others will know. As I said before, this country is a very sweet and very beautiful country. But in terms of other things, you have to think twice before coming here. So, thank you very much. Do not forget to share, like this video. Share it. The more you like it, the more YouTube algorithm recommend it for people to also see it and watch it. So please, I beg you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So thank you very much, and see you on our next video. God bless you.